Okay, just waiting for the commencement of the second quarter here this afternoon as umpire Dave McLaughlin raises the ball. Doing battle, we've got the big fella from Thomson, number 51 in Richard Preslick, who's been pretty impressive in that first term. He's doing battle against Alistair Broad. Broad on that occasion wins the tap. Coming through strongly there, the rover in Ballinger. He's dispossessed by the Thomson Tigers. Coming through strongly there, we thought that could have been Roadbottom was held without the ball. And I think you'll find that, no, he's not going to get a free kick there as Brendan Roadbottom. He's a pretty aggressive centre-half back, isn't he? And what he lacks in inches, he makes up with heart.
Yeah, played a lot of senior football, not only with Thomson, with St Albans. He played a fair few games down there. He was one of the better players for Thomson in that first quarter, as the other two fellas on the half-back line there. And Preslick was a good player, and I thought the most influential player on the ground was Spence at centre-half forward, who Thomson played through and did a couple of nice things and set up some good forward moves.
Well, he really set up those two goals, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, very much so.
A nice mark there has been taken by the full-back there in Larry Hayes, and he's going to repel with a spiral torpedo. It doesn't quite get hold of it, but goes good 50 metres, straight down to the centre of the ground looking for the big fellow Preslick. He's dispossessed on that occasion by the Bellpost Hill players. Coming through strongly, Roadbottom crashes into that player, but if they both get up, they seem to be okay, as a nice mark has been taken by the wingman there in Ross Highland for the Bellpost Hill side. Highland now, pretty awkward kicking style, goes up there looking for O'Toole, but he's beaten on that occasion. Great football by Hayes and also his opponent there in McCallum, forcing the ball out of bounds, and we see a little bit of an ankle tap there coming from that player.
Yes, I noticed a little bit of a tap there. I don't think there was that much in it, but we might keep our eye on that number 44.
Yeah, Steve Campbell just doing something there that he probably shouldn't. As we see the ball now come back into play, and unfortunately for Larry Hayes, he's given a free kick away, and Paul Rabbis will take the free kick. Rabbis now kicks up the teeth of goal. Coming across there in front of the pack there was McCallum, but it's picked up and a quick kick at goal there. I think that was that the little fella in O'Toole?
Neville O'Toole, yes. Poor play there by Craig McCallum. He just had his hands on his head. He realised he'd done the wrong thing, and I think the message is coming straight out to him. There was two blokes up. There was no need for him to come up. If he was going to come up, a more effort for a big punch, but he left O'Toole down alone in the goal square, and we said before, you give Neville O'Toole a couple of opportunities, he'll do these things.
We see now that Thomson trail by the solitary point, as Neville O'Toole has kicked his first goal for the afternoon, and the ball now back in the centre. Campbell's copped one a little bit high, and he's going to take the free kick in the centre of the Western Oval here this afternoon. Steve Campbell now on the left foot. Not a bad looking kick. Goes to centre half forward, and uncontested on that occasion as the big fella half forward in Michael Whitten plays on. He's got plenty of options, and has found Ballinger. Ballinger played a pretty good game for the Bellpost Hill side. Sees O'Toole by himself, and we can see a pretty frustrated half-back flanker there in Craig McCallum, because he was in two minds of whether to pick up number 10 or number 42. I think, yes, 42 is Neville O'Toole. And unfortunately for him, he's picked the wrong one. And O'Toole now with the football.
Yeah, Craig was a little bit unlucky. He made mention to someone further up the ground that they must run down and pick up the men. He was stuck between the no man's land, between the two fellas, and that's O'Toole's second goal for the quarter. And Bellpost Hill, their forward line seem to be in front here. It could be very hard to stop here. Now it's important for the centre players to run down, pick up their men, and for that half-back line and the back line to stand next to their men and don't give them that couple of inches which they've let them run away with at the moment.
I'm sure that's pretty wise words there from Polly Rankin, and I think would suggest that manning up is the name of the game here for the Thomson boys, who are now trailing by 7 points. Okay, all coming through. We're giving foolish free kicks away in the centre of the ground. We see that Damien McDonald has copped the youngster there in Ballinger too high, and he kicks to half forward. That was McCallum, had the ball stolen from him by Campbell. Also, Roadbottom was in there showing some strength for the Thomson side. The umpire Alex Smith has called for a bounce right in front of the commentary position here, about 55 metres from the Bellpost Hill goal. The bounce favours Cordello, thumps the ball forward, straight towards Campbell coming through. Well, he leads with his slipper. Doesn't worry Cordello. He's good enough to trap the ball back towards his teammate in Paul's Furco, but you wouldn't believe it. He didn't give him much opportunity there as Alex Smith, and he's penalised him for holding the football. Okay, Broad now kicks the ball long, looking up there for his full forward. But good work there by the big fellow there in number 34 for the Thomson side in Goodwin. Punches the ball forward, and I think you'll find that the Thomson player there will receive the free kick in Adrian Goodwin for some strong aggressive football, and he repels another Bell Post Hill attack. Brings it around looking for his teammate there in Praslak. Flies high in front of the pack but can't take the football. Campbell now, tackled a little bit high there by Johnny Mitchell, and he's allowed to play on and kicks up forward to where we see that the best player on the ground for mine in Ballinger takes the mark. Kicks on quickly. O'Toole punched the ball away from him by McCallum. It comes now to where we see Goodwin get a quick kick. It goes out to where two players there for Bell Post still overrunning the ball. He's caught with the football too, that player in Irwin. That's allowed to go on. We see Broad now. He dummies, pops the ball onto his left foot, goes to centre half forward. In front, but forced away there from him was Johnny Dempsey, punches down clearly. And we see now that the kick going out there for looking for Johnny Mitchell off the boot there of that youngster that's just come on the ground in Brad Redmond, but again finds Steve Campbell. Campbell now on the left foot, goes to centre half forward. Redmond pushed in the back, not seen by the umpire, and a nice mark has been paid to Paul McDonald, kicking from about 52 metres from goal.
Yeah, number 44, what was his name? Starting to come right into this game for Bell Post Hill. Steve Campbell had quite a few possessions this quarter, and as we see the ball goes down, Bell Post Hill bloke should have taken the mark, but it was rushed through for a point to Bell Post Hill.
Okay, the Coca-Cola scoreboard here as we approach the 5-minute mark of this second quarter. Bell Post Hill now move on to 3 goals, 5-23. 8-point leaders over the Thomson Tigers, 2-3-15. A lovely kick by Hayes, looking for Praslak there in front. Taps the ball intelligently over the back. We see Cordello, great football, kicked the ball 35 metres up forward. Follows up again with a quick kick. Fairchild is in front now. He's having trouble picking the ball up because we have had a little bit of a shower of rain. It's going to make the ball that little bit more slipperier. But the ball now brought out to the member side of the ground. Coming through now, picking it up sweetly there for the Thomson side was Sverko. Looks up the ground there for his teammate there in Gardner. He can't take the ball. Watson now off hands, tries to get the... he's pushed in the back. No free kick forthcoming. The ball kicked forward to where we see O'Keefe comes through strongly. Doesn't take the football though. This allows now McDonald to steady. Kicks the ball up long, looking for his full forward. Comes out strongly there. Couldn't take the football though, was Everett. As now the ball goes out of bounds. About 55 metres from the Bell Post Hill goal. And Steve Campbell has got to be a bit careful. He's tackling big Larry Hayes on that one.
Yes, he is, and also I think Bell Post Hill have opened up the better side in the second quarter. It's up to the Thomson boys now to settle down a little bit, get the ball, talk amongst each other, and try and get a bit of a setup going. They're very struggling this quarter to get the ball out of this defensive area. As we see a little bit of a blue, I don't think there was much in it. Damien McDonald, Alex Smith moves over to him as a word, but I don't think there was too much in that.
Well, Paul McDonald should be spoken to as well because he actually started it. But never mind. Thomson have just got to concentrate now on the football and stop trying to give away these foolish free kicks of high tackles and play the ball, and I'm sure that they'll benefit from that. We see a poor hand pass there from Steve Murphy, but he backs up well though. Kick is well smothered though by Broad. Coming through strongly now, we see you're overrunning the ball there was Sverko. He's under all sorts of pressure. I think I might have made a mistake there. That was actually Goodwin, but... play goes on now. We see working hard for the Thomson side was Steve Murphy on the bottom of the pack. He's not lucky enough to get a free kick though from Alex Smith. And there's another player in Alistair Broad for the Bell Post Hill side being spoken to. He's obviously upset the apple cart. And Alex Smith now is going to bounce the ball 55 metres from the Bell Post Hill goal as we see Praslak take the ball uncontested. But the ball is well smothered off the boot. Coming through though, Brad O'Keefe punches the ball clear. Tries to back up and he was held without the football. Good umpiring on that occasion. Unbelievable! It's gone the other way. Gone the other way. A nice mark though in front of the pack there is taken by the half-back flanker. I think you'll find in Adrian Goodwin. Goes long up to the centre of the ground where Praslak thumps the ball forward looking for his teammate there in Murphy. But there's a free kick, but the play's allowed to go on. We see a quick kick up there by McCutcheon to centre half forward. No one takes the mark. Coming through strongly for the Thomson side, we see Redmond in there throwing his weight around. He's pushed in the back. No free kick as we see now the ball out of bounds. Out of sight off the ground here at Western Oval, about 65 metres from the Bell Post Hill goal.
Yeah, Thomson have been a little bit sloppy with the handball and kicking coming out of this defensive area. I think they've got to try and run the ball. On a day like this, you've got to try and run the ball out of your back line and build something up, but it's been a little bit sloppy work at the moment. Plus, I think Alex Smith, as usual, has forgotten the Thomson football sides out there.
Yeah, it's a little disappointing because I think both sides are doing their best to try and play good football, and when you're getting penalised as regularly as you are, it makes life a little bit more awkward. But we see now that there's a pack of players formed out on the half-forward flank for the Thomson boys, and fortunately enough, we've got a free kick, and Damien McDonald now, the captain, kicks the ball long. It's a lovely looking drop punt too there, looking for the big fella in Gillett, who's on the ground now at centre half forward. I think you'll find he's in there throwing his weight around and keeps the ball, and that was good football. Also picking himself up was Brian Gardner, and we're going to see a bounce down about 40 metres from the Thomson goal. Approaching the 10-minute mark of this second quarter. We keep coming through. Gardner, good hands out there to his teammate coming through, and McDonald screws the ball back onto his right foot, and a great mark has been taken and paid by umpire Dave McLaughlin, and you'll see that the coach of the Thomson side in Darren Spence, an opportunity now to kick his second goal for the afternoon, around about 25 metres out directly in front, and this is going to bring the Thomson boys right back into contention in this football match. As just waiting now on Darren. Pretty reliable kick for goal. Suggest the drop punt would be the order of the day. The drop punt looks pretty good, but he laid back a little bit. Didn't quite allow enough for the breeze and is offline, and kicks his first behind for the afternoon. And Thomson now move on to 2 goals, 4-16, trailing Belfast Hill 3-5-23. Pretty uncharacteristic.
Yeah, he did lay back on that ball. I've just noticed too that Thomson look as though they're looking for another running player around the ground, not knocking Johnny Mitchell, who I think has got his knee heavily bandaged, has come off. We see Dougie Gillett go down to the forward line. We see Marr go to centre half back, Rowbottom to the back flank, and McCallum onto the ball to try and get a little bit of movement around the ground.
Well, let's just hope that works, as we see Brian Gardner do a great tackle on the Belfast Hill half back there in Andrew Way. And Gardner now with the football in the centre of the ground, kicks long, looking up there for Gillett. He's in front, over the top there, the big fellow in Spence flies, couldn't quite hold on to the football. Coming through, we see for the Belfast Hill side was Lorcan. He's well tackled and put out of operation there by some great desperate football by Steve Murphy, who I think you'll find maybe on the ball now. He was in the centre originally, but he's covering a lot of territory this afternoon, and some great work there has kept the ball in the forward zone for the Thomson side. Presley gets the tap down, but Campbell gets a quick kick for the Belfast Hill side into the open spaces. Adrian Goodwin, though, is in front. Great football from him, goes to the outer side of the ground, and a nice mark has been taken by Mickey Gann. Gann now looks up forward. Brings the ball out to centre half forward. Spence crumbs through. He was actually held there by Gary Fairchild. Could have been given a free kick, but not forthcoming. And the mark has been paid there by the umpire to Way. Way goes out the outer side and finds his teammate there in Troy Barnes on the ground now for the Belfast Hill side. Kicks to the outer wing. Pack of players 5, fisted there by Marr, who's been shifted to centre half back for the Thomson side. He's got support, and being held on that occasion too was Rowbottom, and Brendan Rowbottom will take the free kick on outer side centre wing position.
Very important Thomson open up that centre line, that half forward line or the forward line at the moment. It's very congested down there, and a day like today you've got to keep your forward line open. They're allowing Belfast Hill blokes to come in and lay back on them, as we see McDonald get a kick, who would be about 55 metres out for goal. I think it might be a little bit far for Damien, but he looks as though he's going to elect to have a shot. Nice looking kick, nice long kick. I might have misjudged that. I didn't think Damien could kick that far. It must have been 35 yards out for Damien.
What a great goal to the youngster and captain of the Thomson side. Yeah, a great captain's goal from the boot of Damien McDonald. He puts the Tigers back right in the ballpark now. They'll move on to 3 goals, 4-22. Trail Belfast Hill on 3 goals, 5-23. 12.5 minutes gone of this second quarter.
Yes, that was a goal, a good captain's goal. That's what Thomson needed. Now they've got to go on and try and get the next one. Don't let Belfast Hill get an easy goal now. Just keep holding them out and try and work the ball down to their forward line.
The bounce on this occasion is a good one. Praslak gets the tap down, looking there for his teammate in McCallum, but coming through strongly. We see McDonald break clear, kicks long towards goal, but it's over the pack of the players' heads and offline and through for a minor score.
It's been a very good player, McDonald, one of the best players on the ground. Has got a lot of influence this quarter.
Yeah, very strongly built character as well, as the centre half forward in Paul McDonald, I think, was on the ball, I would suggest now. As we see Praslak held without the football, the big fella. No free kick forthcoming. That looked like Gardner for mine, or it could have been Rowbottom pushed in the back. Play's allowed to go on. McDonald again now with the football. Kicks long, looking up there for Everett. But he's well beaten again on this occasion by the strong arms of Larry Hayes at full back for the Thomson boys. And he's done a pretty good job this afternoon, keeping the Bellpost Hill spearhead goalless to the present time. As we see now that the ball back into play, O'Keefe thumps the ball 20 metres towards the half-back flank for the Thomson side, and another throw-in around about 45 metres from the Bellpost Hill goal. 3-6-24 Bellpost Hill, 3-4-22. 14 minutes have gone in this second quarter. O'Keefe looks for McCallum. He can't trap the ball, and the big fella can, though, in Barnes for the Bellpost Hill side. Swings the ball to centre half forward. Overrunning the football was Gardner. He's got support there, though, by Dempsey. He's battling hard for his side, but is well met there by McCutcheon for the Bellpost Hill team. And umpire in Dave McLaughlin has called for a bounce about 40 metres out from the Bellpost Hill goal.
A little bit indecisive there in Thompson's defence. A couple of fellas, just stood and looked at the ball and said, it's, both saying it's yours to the other bloke, and it allowed the Bellpost Hill bloke to come in and cause the ball up there.
Yeah, quite correct there. We see Steve Murphy coming through very strongly for the Thomson side, but unfortunately to no avail. But Dempsey again working very hard for his team. Has the ball stolen from him though by the big fella Barnes. Pops the ball onto his left foot, but again, that last line of defence standing firm there for the Thomson boys, and Larry Hayes takes a great grab. Looks out there for Brian Gardner. He's good enough to have great support there from Hayes running through. He hand passes on to Marr. His quick kick though falls short to half back, but Hayes again backing his judgment. Great football from Larry Hayes. Kicks the ball long to half forward. Oh, in front could have been given a free kick there was Mickey Gann. Oh, great football there. Oh, umpire! Spence saw his running teammate there in Redmond running past, flicks the ball out to him, and I'll tell you what, for mine it should have been play on. And I'll make a correction there, it wasn't Redmond, it was number 43 in Daryl Smith, who's on the ground now for the Thomson side, as the kick is a poor one from Fairchild and goes straight into the arms of Jack Dempsey. Dempsey goes short, looks there for his teammate in Cordello. He's caught, handballs back to Dempsey, pushed in the back, no free kick forthcoming. Gardner was tackled a little bit high, but Dave plays allowed to go on. Advantage paid to the Bellpost Hill side, and a nice pass there off the boot of Michael Whitten finds this most damaging player for the Bellpost Hill side there. Kick though is a poor one from Cole Bellinger. Coming through strongly there, oh, great smother by Rowbottom. Smothers an opportunity there from Matthews. As we see now coming through with the football, we see O'Keefe kick the ball long, and that's the order of the afternoon. Goes to the outer side of the ground. Oh yes, got to be a great mark. Well, great mark. That particular player plays on. Just trying to pick that player up.
That was Murphy. Thompson just trying to do things a little bit too quick here at the moment, and should just settle down a bit. The idea was right, but Murph just tried to kick that ball a little bit quick. They need to just settle down a little bit and make sure of their kicks, make sure of their handballs.
Yeah, you're right, because possession's pretty hard to get at the best of times, so let's not try and give it up too easily, as we see O'Toole under all sorts of pressure. Plays for a free kick, but it's not forthcoming. Gardner's pushed in the back, no free kick given. Working hard there, we see forcing the ball forward was McDonald. Kicked back down to half forward. Coming through strongly there was Rowbottom, again doing some great work for the Thomson side. He now picks the ball up on the left foot, goes short to the centre wing position, looking up the ground and doesn't let him down either as his teammate there in number 33 there in Paul Sverko, the dashing wingman, kicks the ball up to find Spence. Spence off hands, great football to the big fella in Praslak, kicked under pressure, but chipping in nicely there for the Thomson side, but unfortunately couldn't take the mark was Daryl Smith. He's got support there by Murphy. Kicks up to the teeth of goal, pack of players fly, throwing themselves in strongly at the football, but unfortunately the whistle has sounded, and a free kick has been taken by Mark Horton for the Bellpost Hill side. He plays on. His kick is an absolute shocker, and a great one-handed mark and I think you'll find that the umpire should be penalising for 50 metres, but Alex Smith, no, he's not going to, as Paul Sverko an opportunity.
I think it's poor umpiring down there. I couldn't see the free kick where it came out of the fence, and plus that was definitely a 50-yard penalty.
Paul Sverko now, the kick glues off the side of the boot, drifts into the front of the teeth of goal. Horton again breaking clear for the bell post hillside, brings the ball back to the centre of the ground. Coming in strongly there was Redmond. He's met pretty hardly. Comes out now, we see, picking the ball up, Praslik again. He's off hands to his running teammate in Goodwin. Doesn't get a favourable bounce, but Praslik does, the big fella, like a rover. Kicks the ball long to the teeth of goals. Gillett's in front, can't take the football. Spencer's also in there working hard, but I think you'll find the ball has been forced out of bounds. 25 metres from the Thomson goal as we approach the, 18-minute mark of this second quarter. A goal will be really handy here, Paul.
Yeah, I think so. Thompson might be falling into the trap too, just kicking the ball long up in the air, hoping they can take a mark. I think the forwards would be better to move around a little bit more. They're standing still a little bit too much at the moment. Should be making a few more leads.
Okay, we see Barnes now with the ball. He's caught with the football. Good enough to get a quick hand pass. This allows Dominic Cordello to pick the ball up eventually, I think. He's under all sorts of pressure. Intelligently taps the ball forward looking for his teammates, but chipping in there was Horton for the bell post hillside. Has played a pretty good game across half back, and the ball has been squeezed out now out of bounds in the forward pocket for the Thomson side, about 35 metres from their goal. Barnes doing battle with the big fella Gillett. Goes straight down to where we see Campbell get a quick kick. Barnes in there also for the bell post hillside. Hand passes out there to his running teammate McCutcheon. Puts him under a bit of pressure, but he's good enough to break the Thomson attack from Adrian Goodwin. Comes out now where we see coming through strongly. Rowbottom couldn't take the mark, but he's got great support there by the big fella in Marr. Kicks a quick kick out to the member side wing position, but I think you'll find that the boundary line will beat all players, and another throw in to take place right next to the interchange bench here at the Western Oval.
Yeah, just a move Thompson I think could make. I'd like to see Brad Redmond go down to that forward line, and maybe he'd be the one that leads out, because at the moment we've got Dougie Gillett and Darren Spence playing similar games, not moving around as Neville O'Toole runs in. Could have been free kick for in the back, but no, play goes on to number 5, who shoots and misses. Been a very good player, number 5, this quarter.
Yeah, great strong defensive play there though by Johnny Dempsey, because he made McDonald earn every kick and on that occasion. Could have possibly been given another free kick, McDonald, because he did give him one after the ball had gone, but still at least letting him know that he's going to earn every kick, and that's what the order of the day is in first semi-finals, as we see some great football from Marr. Darryl Smith breaks clear, a great hand pass to Murphy. This looks like a better build-up for the Thomson boys. Spence now traps the ball sweetly, feeds off a great hand pass to Dominic Cordello to Gillett. A great goal to the Thomson side, off the big boot, I should say, of Dougie Gillett. He kicks his first goal for the afternoon and Thompson's fourth, and they're now back in front with some great ball free. Chipped it over to Darryl Smith, who's come on the ground, and Darryl's a very fast player out in that wing. It's a good move to have him out there. And Murphy and a couple other good handballs, good strong play by Spence, and a good team goal for Thomson. Another one would be very nice. Here as we approach the 20-minute mark of this second quarter. The Coca-Cola scoreboard shows Thomson 4-4-28, 3-point leaders over the bell post hillside on 3-7-25. Campbell gets a quick kick out of the centre square, goes to the direction of his teammate there in Trenovic. He's well pressured though by the Thomson defence. Coming through strongly was Goodwin, tripped. He's got support though by Marr. Kicks long to centre half forward. Fairchild punches the ball down in front, but Gardner traps it sweetly, screws the ball back over his left shoulder, looking there for Spence in front. The ball is fisted away from him. Murphy comes through strongly, could have been free kicked as he got hit pretty high there, but Spence is good enough to give support, screws the ball over the top. Oh, big leap there from Cordello. No free kick though, or mark paid, as the ball has been squeezed off the pack for a minor score here, as we see now that the Thomson boys move to a 4-point advantage. Started a little bit slowly, but they've kept at it, and they've fought back, and they've been rewarded with a good team goal before, and plus another opportunity there, but unfortunately just couldn't quite capitalise on it. Well, that's going to be the order of the day. I mean, persistence always prevails, and being a first semi, she's a cutthroat affair, and I'm sure that if they can get another goal here, who knows? They've come into this game as the underdog, haven't they?
Yeah, I would say so. They haven't beat Belpost Hill this year, but, you know, it's a typical seconds final, very low scoring affair, probably mostly scrambly football, but now and again you see some very good football like that goal they kicked before, you know.
Okay, the ball with Murphy, held without the footy, but it's been quickly kicked up there by Cordello to the arms of Spence. Oh, great football to his teammate there, running into an open goal was Michael Smith. And unfortunately for himself and the Thomson side is offline, and another minor score. Thomson 5-point leaders. An opportunity gone begging there, off the boot of Mike Smith. The fullback now brings the ball back into play for the Belpost Hill side, outer side of the ground. Comes off while running through there, we see Campbell. Good football, goes to the centre of the ground and chipping in nicely. Taking a great grab was Johnny Matthews. He wastes no time, plays on immediately, goes to centre half forward looking for O'Toole. He doesn't let him down and takes a fine grab. Plays on, goes short. Great anticipation there by Brad O'Keefe. Comes through strongly. Great support there from Ma as well. And he's adapted to centre half back rather well too. I'd like him there since he's gone back.
Yeah, he comes through strongly, prepared to work hard, and a very good second quarter. Very even game at the moment. And, well, you know, it goes back to football. I think the third quarter is a very important quarter. And as we just, yeah, Damien McDonald kicked one goal. Good captain's effort, that goal too. Darren Spence playing well, probably a little bit immobile there for a while, but once he started moving around, he opens up the Thomson forward lines and he allows the other players to feed off him. Paul Maher went down to centre half back, yeah, a very good quarter. Was probably quiet there at full forward, probably wasted at full forward. I'd like to see myself, Brad Redmond, go down to full forward and maybe lead around a little bit, open that forward line out and let the big fella Spence do the hard work. Nothing against Dougie Gillett, maybe Dougie in the pocket. Paul Maher down to centre half back, a very good player when he went down there too. Preslick I thought was very impressive again. And one of the highlights I thought to me of that quarter was Larry Hayes. He would have had 3 kicks running out the back line that brought the ball right from the Thomson defence right out to their half-forward line, and Larry Hayes with 3 kicks, you know, just kept following up, and that's what good team football's all about, prepared to keep running on and keep helping your teammate and work the ball forward.
Tend to agree, and that was a very good quarter by the fullback in Larry Hayes. Just quickly, the goal kickers for the Belpost Hill side. Neville O'Toole has 2, and Alistair Broad with the 1. As Polly has just mentioned, that the 4 goal kickers for the Thomson side are McDonald, Spence, Ma and Gillett. Best players, I think at the moment I would have to look at Paul McDonald, the ruck rover half forward for the Belpost Hill side, has been pretty dominant, but also Richard Preslick from the Thomson side has worked very hard all day, and I'm sure we'll be seeing a very entertaining last half of football here at the Western Oval.
Yeah, I'm sure too. It's building up that way, as we just mentioned not long ago. The third quarter, we all know it's very important in football, so I'm sure that the Thomson boys will be going in now. A few quiet words, I hope, from Darren Spence will be said to settle them down and then get their mind back on the job and come out and work hard, especially the first 5 minutes of the next quarter. You know, it can always make or break a side.
Okay, as at half-time at the Western Oval, Thomson have a 5-point advantage over the Belpost Hill side. 4 goals, 6-30. Belpost Hill, 3-7-25.